Boom. Welcome to our show. I have yeah. Go Ify. This is First Take. This is where we give you our raw, unfiltered, honest, unbiased opinion on all the trending
Mm-hmm.
topics. We just dissect it. These are conversations that we're all having on our WhatsApp group chats and in our homes, and we're bringing it in front of the camera to decide.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear any two truths can exist or nuance. We will
You're not
pick a
diplomatic.
side. There's too much diplomacy in the world. Give me some Donald Trump. Give me some directness, man. No fence sitting or, hedging your bets, man. We'll call it as it is, man. Balls and strikes. Thanks
Mm-hmm.
for coming on the show, man. Let's just start with like an icebreaker of a game, right? So we'll do, this or that. But the twist will be, let's try and get the same answer, okay? So for
Mm-hmm.
example, let me use an example of tea versus coffee. You make up your mind in your head. Don't say anything. I'll do a countdown.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1, bam, and then we say the answer. So if we say tea versus coffee, you've chosen. Okay. So answer in 3, 2, 1. Coffee.
Tea.
Okay. So we failed that one, but you get the idea, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the first real one. Voice note or text. Voice note or text. Made up your mind? Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Voice
Voice
notes.
notes.
I
See
did that
my
one for
nails.
you.
Has to be voice notes.
There's a time and place for it though. Don't be sending me
Mm-hmm.
voice notes at 5 a.m. when I'm in the bed or or I'm in the middle of the office day. I won't listen to it. Next one is Pella versus Kataifi. I know. It's not your cup of tea, but it's interesting. So I've made up your mind.
Only two options.
Just this or that. That's it.
Ah,
50-50. This or that. Yeah. I
okay.
know it's between the devil and the blue sea. I understand that. Okay. Made up your mind.
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Bella.
Pella.
I know we cannot even though they can in Niger Delta boy, but I will be staying away. Next one is TikTok versus IG. Right? You need to make up your mind. Have you locked in your answer? Okay. 3, 2, 1. TikTok.
IG.
Oh, come on,
I'm
man.
such a
Tik
millennial. I'm sorry. I don't even know how to navigate TikTok. So yeah. This is
TikTok
purely
is
because I'm old.
TikTok is where is that, man? This is if we're
I
talking raw
know.
and filtered, that's what drives the internet, I believe. That's what drives social media now. The algorithm
Mm-hmm.
is fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's total
Mm-hmm.
fire. Okay. Last one I have is what is the best site for the comment section? So, best comment section site. And I have YouTube, IG, or TikTok. You know what? This one, I'm going to throw in a third option. Huh? And let's see if we can lock in the right answer. Okay? So, let's go. Are you ready? 3,
Mm-hmm.
2, 1.
TikTok.
YouTube. Oh, man. Why did you say TikTok?
I was leaning towards IG, but the
Ah,
comments
so YouTube
IG
was
feels
last for you.
more
Okay.
yeah, but IG feels more like a millennial commenting space. When I want
Okay.
to get a varying commenting space for me, it's TikTok. Not I barely even look at the comments on YouTube. Barely. I say
I've,
YouTube. Yeah,
I've,
see? YouTube.
I've, I feel. I mean, I hear you. I know. TikTok is fire, and IG feels a
Mm-hmm.
bit too curated. Everybody has their content, their profiles on there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel YouTube is you get anonymous because nobody's growing anything on YouTube. People just coming to
Well,
listen to a video or watch, so they will tell you if it's working, if it's not working. TikTok, I get what
true,
you mean.
true.
TikTok is all Gen Zs, and
Mm-hmm.
it's
And I
crazy.
don't
And
think
then
you
all
can drag someone on YouTube, can you?
no, you can't. Can you
Yeah,
drag in
so
TikTok
I
comment
can say
section?
whatever and I just bounce. Like you may not even know who the person is.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so yeah,
That's
that
my
kind of
point.
makes
So,
sense.
and then
Mm-hmm.
you see some comments when you just know that these comments are just, these people are telling you the truth, man. Tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anyway, that was just our own little segue to the main discussion. The first
Perfect.
topic I have that's trending. Well, dying down a bit, but I guess, Funke still wants to keep it alive, is the whole Funke Akindele versus Kunle Afolayan. And I guess you can
Mm-hmm.
rope in almost sexy, Omotala came in there and saying it's not professional, it's professional. So obviously, the gist.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Afolayan was dragging not dragging, he said it was the comments to the cinema owners, that, they should guarantee him his returns. He doesn't want to dance or do skits to get his money. Even if he sell 2 billion, it's only 10 million. So why not just go directly to Netflix? What's your take on it? We had a previous guest who had a very interesting opinion. Let me know what your take is.
So my take is there's no one way to kill a cow. There are various ways.
Okay.
Now, if you
Okay.
don't like the way she's taking, feel free to bring another marketing strategy, because what she's doing is marketing. She's marketing her movies. There are different ways to market your movies. And if you want to market your movies outside of social media or content, that's very fine. But content is king. Content is right now the legal currency. So if you're doing it outside of that, I don't know what kind of success you expect to make, but that's also fine. Now, if you feel like you are above something, or something
It's
is
beneath you.
unprofessional, or you don't have the energy, that was a nice way they put it. Oh, I don't know how they get the
I don't.
energy. It's a very snide remark, but okay. If you feel like you don't know how to you don't know where they
And
get
then
the energy, that's
he said
fine.
Tony reacted the right way. Remember that
Do you
that
understand?
Funke
You throw
reacted wrongly.
something and somebody throws back, and then now you have a problem with it. Now,
No. How
if it's
about that Tony took it in the right light? Sorry for cutting in. That Tony made
Mhm.
a skit out of it and almost like shaming Funke for her reaction. What do you think about
exactly for getting upset, even though you mentioned her name and you didn't mention Tony's name, and you didn't say
that? No, he
once.
mentioned two of them. I think he said, where do they both get the energy from? Like, they are always Tony does skits as well now. She tries to push the
Okay,
market too.
true,
Mm-hmm.
true. But we all know who the biggest star is. So we all know who your
Mm-hmm.
direct competition is. Because in the grand scheme of things, Tony is really not. Anyway, I was going to say something snide, but let's not go there. Because I don't even
She's
think
trying
it's
her
in
best. She's
competition
trying to
with
keep up.
Funke.
She's trying to
Because
keep
when
up.
was the last
Mm-hmm.
time my guy did but let's not be mean, let's be nice. But we all know who your competition is, quote unquote. So we know who you were talking to. Now, don't knock down something because you cannot do it. Just keep it moving. And let's all be frank, right? I am more inclined to say Moabdu's comment was more from a place of I really don't have the energy to do that. I feel like Kunle's point was more from I feel like he was being snide. I do not think it was and I'm going to say it in Igbo, I don't know how they used to say it in English, Obaraka. I don't think it was an empty comment. He can say it till he's blue in his face, but me, I believe there was a hidden meaning inside there. So yeah, that's how I feel.
I'm with you 100%. I mean, you look at everything in its totality, right? The whole
Mm-hmm.
context of what he said, because for me, there are so many data points. He talked about, he has tried to do movies in London before in 2007 or something like that, he was not even going to the Greenwich cinema that are going to now. He went to Streatham, which is a different place in London.
Mm-hmm.
He just gave the vibe of, I've
I'm
tried these
bigger.
things before, or I've done,
Not
not necessarily bigger, is, they're following me, or I've done what they are trying to do. Like, he's talked about, he has been in the cinema before. So all those things is, that unnecessary competition, where
mm-hmm.
you see two people and say, oh, what was this one? I don't do this thing before now. I've been this, I've been that.
Been there,
So
done that.
in my head, he's trying to compare, but I'm sorry to say, he has the record, like 3 years in a row. I don't care what you think about Funke. I don't care whether you think she's the best actress or the worst actress in the world. You just have to give someone their applause when they do right. Not
Mm-hmm.
1 year, not 2, not 3. A Tribe Called Judah broke $1 billion. Everybody Loves Jennifer. And now this year, 2.5 billion. Plus all the revenue she's getting from diaspora, all the cinemas that are
Mm-hmm.
showing in the UK and Ghana. I don't think this is unprecedented. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, this is something that has been commended by, the presidency, governors, Peter Obi.
Mm-hmm.
And the only public remarks you can make is, I don't know how they're dancing to do it. Attributing all the energy, all the effort
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to
It's almost like
dance.
belittling it.
trivializing all her hard work.
Yeah.
I remember Funke from I Need to Know, BC. I remember, and then obviously, I
I
think
feel
she
like
went
I
into the
Need to
Yoruba,
Know's song needs an
still
honorary
in your
mention.
head.
I need to
Need to
know.
know. Education
If
is the
education
key.
is the
Is
key,
the key.
then how
The
do you
body and it.
deny it?
Mm-mm.
Honestly, this girl has come. But okay.
And then I think she was also blacklisted from the industry because I know she said she went to the Yoruba movie industry. Then I think she came back with Jennifer. Then she went into the cinemas. Then obviously she's been doing her Funke Akindele network and all that kind of stuff. For me, it's just you just have to respect that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of all her stuff, but that said, this is cinemas where even internationally big movies are struggling to get people into the
Yeah.
cinema. So if someone is doing it in Nigeria with the economy and everything, you have to applaud. That's my own take. But
Yeah. And I
to,
was going
to
to say that I'd be the first person to say I find some of these skits cringeworthy. Can't even
okay,
lie. But I also understand that I may not be the market for it. There are lots of things that are cringeworthy on the internet. A lot of things. It's not
absolutely,
just dancing. And the fact that I don't appreciate it does not mean that the other person doesn't. And we can clearly see that they do appreciate it because they are standing up, they are leaving their dirty December plans, and they are going into the movies in Nigerian cinema no longer 500. Though. They are 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K, and they are spending their hard-earned cash to see it. So whatever it is, it's working. Is it sustainable? Possibly not. But media is changing. I don't know if you've seen oh god, it's a gambling company. I can't remember the name of the gambling company. I just remember the advert. It's the one that had Kendall. Did you see it?
okay.
Where she said the Kardashian curse. You didn't see that? Did you see
No, I'm not
DoorDash
sure.
with 50 cents?
No, I didn't see it. So everyone is doing marketing gimmicks.
Understand? DoorDash was doing, and 50 cents literally brought a pack of comb and threw it to the back. That was that was an advert. He talked about, oh, people can say I'm bringing beef, but for DoorDash, Kendall Jenner spoke about, oh, the Kardashian curse, and that's not even my last name. For a gambling company, and she made fun of herself and saying, oh, how they'll say, oh, she's taking all the basketballers and like taking their stars. That was marketing. Marketing is changing. The way people are putting their products in front of consumers, it is changing. So on professional, see, I'm sad to say this, but please, whatever brings in your viewers, just reel them in. Whatever brings in your viewers, please.
Especially in the entertainment industry. I mean, we're not talking about law here or medicine or I don't know what, public servants or an industry
The creative
that
space.
there's a code of conduct, where you need to be, holier than thou or priesthood, right? It's theater arts, like it's entertainment.
It's
You're
the
battling for
creative world.
you're battling for attention. This is a TikToker, and just I think we can close on this point. I think it's interesting how different people have different mindsets because these three individuals, Funke, Mr. Kunle, and Omotola, are roughly in the same age group, I believe. Same generation or same age group.
40 plus.
And it's interesting. Yeah. I think just about 4 or 5 years gap between them. 47, 48. I believe Mr. Kunle is 51. And it's interesting how two of them are saying, oh, professional, this is not how we did it, or you do your things the right way, and this thing, like, I'm sorry to say, Omotola is a great actress. She's probably top 3 in the industry. But the last time she had a hit, it depends on your list. I mean, you have to have, some people put Rita Dominic in there, some people put Omotola in there, some people put Genevieve in there. I don't know who your top 3 is.
Time passed or so far?
Can we agree on number 1? Whether time passed or so far, we can agree on number 1, right?
Genevieve.
Okay. Number 2.
Number 2.
My point is, what's your top 3?
My number 2 will be the other Genevieve. I really like her acting, but go on.
I mean, okay. Regardless of what my point is, she's a legend in the industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sorry to say, the last time she had a big movie, if I'm aware of, I was a 3% virgin.
I say
And now
virgin.
I'm telling you, now I'm a married man with a child. So, times have changed. I'm saying all that to say that we're in a TikTok era and you're battling constantly for attention. There's YouTube
Mm-hmm.
there, there's Instagram, there's so whatever it takes, really. I mean, as long as she's not doing anything lewd or anything immoral and everything, it's entertainment, it's dance. And she's a fire dancer, by the way. Let's not take that away from her.
Exactly.
She's
She
a
can
very good
dance.
dancer. So you're telling her to almost handicap herself. That won't be proper. But oh well, to each his own. Wish them
Mm-hmm.
luck. Let's see how his movies are doing on Netflix. By the way, I hear the reviews are not great with the season
They're
2
not.
of Hannibal Lecter. So when people were talking about quality, he's the number one, is this Funke is doing retarded shit. Oh, sorry, whatever they say about Funke's work, I hear that he's not doing great. People are saying his best work was Figurine, which was ages ago. So
Ages ago.
that's that. Let's leave that there. Next up, is talking about Hollywood and Nollywood and this whole trend. I think a lot of people on social media are saying, "Oh, going back to Nigeria from the diaspora." The question is, where would you rather raise your family or live? Nigeria or diaspora where you are?
That's a tough question. And it's a tough question because the truth is that one thing that we have going for us, some people may argue that it's not really what we have going for us, but one thing we have going for us is that Nigeria gives you access to cheap labor. Now, cheap labor is not always a problem because that is why the big IT companies outsource their customer service to India, they outsource to countries in Asia because labor is cheaper. That's why the same firm, same grade, same job title in San Jose versus Canada. San Jose is more expensive. Tokyo is more expensive. So when I say cheap labor, it's not a bad thing in itself.
Yeah.
Now, because you have access to cheap labor, it is easier to raise your child in Nigeria. Easier from the fact that it requires less physical labor from you to raise your child in Nigeria. Because on the average, you have one, sometimes two nannies. Some people have drivers, some people have people who come to clean. Lesson teachers are cheaper. Yeah, and that sort of labor is cheaper, right? So
How about overall? Let's not narrow it down just to children. How about general quality of life? Like, what would you rather do?
So to raise family, it's easier to raise a family in Nigeria. However, abroad gives you its own benefits, the benefits of healthcare, the benefits of is there light or is there no lights? Those kind of benefits, right? Now, so which would I pick? Honestly, I would say, and I know you don't want diplomacy or you don't want to be diplomatic. In the early
You have to pick a
stages, in my
side. You
opinion.
have to pick a side in there. You have to pick a side because you have to live
Okay,
somewhere, except you're going to be
you have
like
to live somewhere,
Chimamanda,
yes.
and then,
Okay, so
you
for
shuttle
me,
50-50.
if I were to do it in the first 10 years of my kid's life, I'd rather live in Nigeria, and then 10 years and above, I would live abroad. That's how I
Okay.
would do it,
All
to be
right.
fair.
You're
Yeah.
still
I'm
fence
still
sitting,
on the fence, right?
but at least you
Yeah.
broke it down. I mean, oh well,
Mm-hmm.
I hear you. I hear you on the childcare requirements and how easy it is back home. I hear you on, cheap labor to, to do other things as well, and living like a king or lavishly.
Mm-hmm.
All that said, it pales in comparison to the benefits I believe you've already touched on, healthcare, infrastructure, um, just, I think for me, just the sanity. I think that was something that is often underrated, just rule of law, generally speaking. You know what to expect. You don't have to bribe anybody. You don't have to, it's not might is right. It's not, do you have the connect for the governor of so to get something done? It's everybody, by and large, applies to the same roles. I know there are exceptions here and there, but just generally speaking, there's fear of God in people's life. There's discipline. And it's important even for things as driving, road offenses, or even if when bad things happen, the fact that the police investigate. But I can see why people want to live in Nigeria. But for me, ultimately, there was something that made us make the plunge. And as long as that thing is still it's still there, I'm not
Names
gonna be
withheld.
yes, I'm not gonna be myopic or short-sighted enough to forget the Egypt we're coming from.
Well.
When the Pharaoh is still there, you get what I mean. So
And the grass is
yeah,
always green on the other side. So I may as well
absolutely.
go back to Nigeria now with the help and the labor and say,
Generator,
thank you. Because that's one thing
insecurity,
I
kidnapping,
hated. You come back from work,
mm-hmm.
you're in your house, and then
You buy
James just
diesel.
they take the light and then James just spring up. Pam, 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 pam. That noise, it does me in. Like, it's like,
How about refueling the
when.
gen? Maybe you didn't have to do that. I hated that task. Okay.
So,
Or
yeah,
buying the
for
fuel,
me, it
a
was
jerry
the
can.
noise. Because when the gens go off, I visibly relax. I'm like,
Peace of mind. So that's
sanity.
that's serenity as well. I think that's
Yeah.
the point I was speaking about of that general. That's just calm. Although I know everything is not fully calm, but just that's your BP will be will be normal.
Will come down.
Yes, it's a flat line. But anyway, it's I guess it's one of those topics where to each his own. People will have different answers, but that's why I have you on. Just wanted to get your take. Lastly, is this AI revolution, right? We've
AI.
seen AI, AI as brutal. We say AI is taking over, right? We're seeing it in professional life, in even the creative art industry. We're seeing it all walks of life. Even there was the other report I read the other day. Even lawyers, are not safe. AI will look at the case precedent and all the case files and the case law, and who better than to read all the cases in history to determine what the president is and to determine a judgment. So point is the impact is far reaching, and we've seen companies like Amazon and other big companies shed jobs, and the reason they gave was AI. What's your take? Is AI going too far? Is it the right thing? Is this just another Luddite phase where the Luddites who didn't like the machines used in making garments and all that stuff, and then they try to destroy the machines? Is this another phase, or is this different? Is this something that we should all be legitimately concerned for and say stop? What's your take on AI?
So I think we should be concerned, but I also think that it is not as near as we think it is. And I say
Okay.
this because from my job, I've had to meet companies, meet suppliers, and do some research. So right now, the AI that we have that is up, that is running, that is everywhere is the AI of, this is what I want, give me a response. Non-agentic AI versus the agentic AI that thinks for itself and does not require any prompt. And it
Okay.
is those ones that think for themselves, quote unquote, that are the more dangerous ones. And
Okay.
it's still far. It's still far. A lot of companies through around the world, agentic AI or agentic AI will do this, agentic AI will do that. That's the future, but I don't think it is as close as it's taking somebody's job, like a lawyer's job, in the next. I'd say maybe 5 years. I think we have that much time. I may be capping. I don't know, but I think there's still a bit of time. But yes, we really should be. Should I say worried? We should be
How about the
concerned.
customer service roles? Sorry, just to cut in.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about lawyers and those ones. Customer
Mm-hmm.
service roles are going now. Entry level roles. I have a family friend who's been struggling, very smart, very bright, from a top university, good grades.
Mm-hmm.
No interview in 6 months, and she said
Mm-hmm.
this is the same story among her friendship groups. It's a very common story now. So AI is eliminating all those entry level jobs, like I've
But are
mentioned.
we sure it's
big
AI, or are we sure the economy is just shrinking?
But think
Are
about
we?
it. Let me tell you why. Let me make the case why it's AI. AI can write better than most people. AI can compute faster than any human being.
Mm-hmm.
AI has so many use cases. Now there's this AI agent they're talking about. It will read your email, it will draft a response. All you have to do is send it. AI, like I said, is even used in creative arts, in coding. Before, coding was a safe job, software engineering. AI is coding. There's cloud, there's Replit, there's so many, what they call vibe coding? Use natural text language and you create any website you want. I do it, right? AI is doing so many things that were considered, safe or, for humans. So I hear you on maybe medicine is further out, maybe driverless cars is further out. Lawyers, to be honest, I don't think lawyers are safe, because what do lawyers do? Lawyers read a ton of information, process it, make a case to a judge, and a ruling is entered. AI will read faster than a lawyer, better than a lawyer, will summarize more comprehensive than a lawyer, would even present an output. You could argue, could tailor any voice, right? I mean, speaking of voice, there's this very popular AI musician on TikTok, and you get what I mean, and
Yeah.
if I didn't research it, the song, I was jamming to the song. I was like, oh my, who's this? It was when I was doing my research. That's why it was an AI
So you
person.
found out it was AI.
I'm not sure I can support that. So I'm just giving you that, counter argument so that you can see the other side of the equation.
Oh no, believe me, I do. So, and that's why I said the AI of input, give me an output is here. It will take those jobs where
Okay.
was 2
Rather
plus
than
2.
AGI, rather than generative.
Agentic.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So the current AI now will take any
So it was
job that
agentic
requires.
versus generative, just so that I understand you correctly.
So agentic is almost like generative. It's basically like an agent AI. So let me use, I think one that cuts across both of us is like procurement, because now we had a company present to us to say, oh, we can use agentic AI to reduce the number of procurement officers that you have, because this AI, you can train them and then they will go and negotiate with your suppliers and they will go and do this and they will go and do that, right? Those ones are further out, because it's not an input, give me an output thing. There needs to be without an input, what do you do? Those ones are the ones that are further out. But if it's any AI that requires, garbage in, give me garbage out, AI will take it. That one is already here. It's here to stay, because like you said, they write, they do music, they do that because there's somebody giving them an input and churning out an output, right?
Yeah.
But where there is no input and they're required to generate something and then bring out an output, that sort of AI, which is generative, is still further out. But the AI of today, where input will give output, that one is it's here. You see it in everywhere. You see it in, I mean, a lot of people now, if you needed 50 people to do a customer care role, like you mentioned, you probably just need 20 now, because a lot of customer care roles, it's repetitive, right? Oh, you want this? Okay, we'll give you this, we'll give you this, we'll give you this. Then only after we've given you these 10 options, do we now route you to somebody that needs to think and needs to generate without an input. So that's the one that is a bit further out. But the ones where, those ones are here, and all of them are really scary. And I it's interesting to see how it will evolve, because will all of us be jobless? We be jobless. What we go do?
What's
We'll
the
just
future
go
of
back to
work
trade
looking
by
like?
barter. We go back to
As
trade
it,
by barter. You have chicken, I have beef. Come, let's exchange. Because
that's if AI will let us even have chicken or have something, because I mean, it might take
because
over
at
that as
this
well,
rate,
right?
honestly.
So I mean, I think there are veritable concerns about the future of work. and
Mm-hmm.
the direction it's going in. I think there's a big AI rush now. All the big companies, Nvidia,
Yeah.
OpenAI, all of them are investing hundreds of billions of dollars for these massive data centers. We don't know
Mm-hmm.
how the cooling will work, how the power will work, but everybody's just, full speed, running in that direction. I think maybe I just need to pause and just say, okay, see, where's this going?
Yeah.
But it's gonna be interesting. Let's see how things
How
turn
it
out.
goes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But thank you so much for your time, From. This was a wonderful
Thank you for
dialectic.
having me.
Yes, this was really, really, really cool. Let's do this one more time. Don't worry,
Okay.
we'll try and get the three amigos back together and do
Right?
something.
Okay.
Yes. It's I can't remember the last time we've actually, spoken eye to eye. This feels like a throwback, but yeah. Well, all right then.
All right
Take care.
now.
Have a good one.
Bye.
All right then. Bye. Just